Hello, welcome back. Happy Sunday evening. Last week I did this part of the castle and the tree, and tonight I'm going to finish up with this. I want to show you this is from the Johann Basford Magical Worlds coloring book, and I'm using mostly the Holbein series of colored pencils, a little bit of Prismacolor because I don't really have a huge selection of the Holbein ones, so sometimes I need to supplement my colors. I'm going to work on getting the focus better so that it doesn't keep popping in and out like it did last week. Anyway, so how was your week? What's been going on with you? I've had a busy week, but a quiet week. This week was pretty good. I have enjoyed my nice 2-day weekend. Getting ready for work again tomorrow. Boy, this is wobbling already. Maybe I'll just color slower. So what's been up with you? Today are the snake in the house, which is my child's pet snake. I call my grandchild. He finally shed. We'd been waiting for him to do this for quite a bit. And it got me thinking, like, about the representation of shedding one's skin like that. Like, why does it happen? What's going on? Obviously, he's growing, so he needs to get rid of the old skin so he can fit more comfortably. And he looks all shiny like a fresh little baby. But it made me think about us and what growth looks like for us. What happens when we grow, when we shed our skin? And primarily I was thinking about how growth does take a while. It's not spontaneous. Sometimes it takes a little bit of sweat, a little bit of work. Sometimes it doesn't look like all that much change happened. Sometimes you think you're still the same person, or you look the same on the outside when you're very different on the inside. And that's okay. We're always growing. We're meant to always be growing. It happens in small increments. The thing is to allow yourself to be aware of your growth, aware of your changing, whether it's physical growth, physical change, or mental growth, mental change, spiritual growth, spiritual change. I mean, when you figure it all out, that life is ultimately about change, and what we are doing is changing all the time, and accepting that, that's a big one, right? Accepting the fact that we're always changing, we're always growing. It can help with a lot of things. It can help when things are rough and you're feeling stuck. It can help you to feel like to refocus your self-complaining, your negative self-talk. Refocus it and remind yourself that this is temporary. This too shall pass. Growth is going to happen. It can also remind you to have an appreciation of the good while you've got it. Because nothing lasts forever, right? So have gratitude being aware, giving yourself some grace. You might not like where this is right now, but that's okay, because it can get better. So how are you talking to yourself this week? How are you taking care of yourself? What are you doing to help yourself? Whether you're maintaining or improving, what are you doing this week? What can you acknowledge about yourself that you're proud of? What are some things that worked good for you? This week I've spent some time doing coloring, which has been fun. Not just here, but in other areas. And that was just nice and relaxing. It was a nice way to sort of give myself a moment. It's too close. I want a different blue. I want a lighter blue. That's sort of lavender. I want a good sky blue. Maybe this one will do it. It's still a little lavender, but let's see what I can do with it. This work week went by pretty fast for me, and I remember thinking to myself, like Friday in the evening, I couldn't believe it was actually the weekend. I kept thinking I was on a roll. I had to get up and get ready, go back to work the next day. It was kind of funny. I had to remind myself, hey, you have 2 days off now. Slow down. I just got into such a rhythm with working. I did some housework this weekend, so I felt really productive with that. That's a little form of self-care. I like to feel like I'm taking care of the future version of myself. When I get things done that I don't necessarily want to do. Even something as simple as filling up my tank of gas on the way home from work, because I know that tomorrow me will be very glad that I did it. So getting the laundry done this weekend was good. Changed the sheets, washed the towels, cleaned the shower. I hate cleaning the shower. It's the worst. I don't know about you, but it feels like the water quality, it's hard to get as clean a shower as I want. If I had the money, I think I would redo our whole bathroom. Just to start fresh with a brand new shower. But that was taking care of future me, because I know it'll be nice to get in the shower and have a nice clean shower, get in bed and have nice fresh sheets. It'll just feel good. So sometimes today me has to put in a little work for tomorrow me. Another way you can take care of yourself is joining our online class. We've got another class coming up. You can sign up through Eventbrite. It's going to be on October 24th with illustrator Zoe Pena. Our second in our color club section for the year. You learn about composition. You can sign up from our website. It'll be a Zoom class, so we can have people from all over come and hang out, talk about art together. Wouldn't that be great? I think that'd be fun. We also have upcoming in December, we're going to start a series of classes with the poet Christina Norcross, which I think is going to be awesome. So you can watch for the link for that. Will be going up on Eventbrite in a couple weeks. If you haven't already found us on Instagram, follow us there, and you'll get all the most current information, because I'm only doing this once a week. Can we just take a minute to appreciate, like, how cute is this little snail and this teeny tiny giraffe? They're just adorable. I'm loving it. They're just like hanging out, watching me do the work. They're having a good time. I'm doing all the work, as it should be. Now I'm looking at this part and I'm trying to figure out, okay, we've got a pot. We're kind of like seeing into what's going on inside the pot. And what do you think these little things are? Are they just a pattern? They kind of look like rice, or maybe little leaves. What color would you do it? And what color would you make that pot? So looking at this whole thing, I think what I want to do is bring some of the green down into that area of the pot. Sorry, I had an itch. I hope the microphone isn't making it sound horrible. So let's bring some green down there. I'm going to start with this super light chartreuse. Get a little pop of color. Pop of color. I don't know, ever since September, I've been kind of in the mood for colored pencils. Watched a really cool video on YouTube this morning about how they make certain pigments and how they make pencils, and what, you know, how like they make like the inside of the pencil and put the wood together, and how they paint the outside and stamp it. And it was just really cool to learn about the different types of pigments, and it gave me a deeper understanding of, you know, why certain brands mix a certain way or blend a certain way, and then some are just a little stiffer. It also gave me insight into why are certain colors or certain brands more expensive than others. Like, I tend to favor the softer leads because I like to get a nice blend in the colors. And I remember like coloring with certain brands as a child because, like, when you're a kid, they buy you the cheaper brands. They don't want to spend a lot of money on it. And I remember like being frustrated because you would see like the whites of the paper like kind of poking through. You wouldn't get like a nice solid blend. It'd be all scratchy, right? Like, these pencils feel so nice and smooth. It's such a pleasure to work with materials that do what you want them to do. So sometimes the less expensive brands do what you need. But sometimes it's worth spending just a little bit more money for a nicer quality. Right, I mean, look at this. These colors are just pow. It looks really cool. I'm going to go back over it to get a little more of a blend. Smooth it out. It's just looking really good. And I gotta figure, like, what color do I want the pot to be? Excuse me, I need a drink. What color pot would you do here? I'm thinking of the class I took with Zoe Pena before about color palettes. And I'm thinking here I've got blues and greens. Excuse me. And I'm thinking I want the light inside here to have that little bit of orangey glow, just like the castle has. My goodness, look at this thing wiggle. All right, so the next purchase is going to be to find something that holds my camera steadier when I color back and forth. So what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Okay, well, I think I want this to be blue. And maybe I'll make the little feet blue. But I'm thinking I might go wild and do like the orangey yellow in the pot. What do you think? That could be kind of cool. So let's start with the blue. And see how it goes. See what turns up. So we've got Halloween coming up around here. Are you guys doing anything fun? Are you wearing a costume this year? You going trick-or-treating? You having a party? I don't even know what I'm doing yet. I don't know if I'm going to wear a costume. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. I'm gonna save that cute little snail for last, but let's see, this is the orange I used before, and this is the yellow I've been using. So I want to see if I can find maybe a deeper orange. What do we think? I think that might look nice together. All right, so always I start out with the lighter color. Just do a nice little layer. I'm gonna put the white over here just to help me keep that bright. And up along the edge here. Keep that a little brighter. I'm not pressing as hard right now. I'm just trying to see how the color builds up slowly, because I do want this to be more of an orange than a yellow, but I like this like sunnier, this lighter color, marigold it's called. I want to keep the marigold shade as much as possible. Look how nice that looks. Let's pull in, this is just orange. I'm going to follow these shadow lines. Try and help it feel rounded. This looks nice. It's hard sometimes to color. If you're ever not sure, look up reference pictures and see how light plays on surfaces, right? If you're looking for, like, I'm imagining this to be sort of a glossier, glazed pottery kind of look. So if you're stuck, you feel like, you're judging yourself, you're upset with your work, you want it to be a certain way, well, look at an actual picture of something. If something feels a little off in your work, look at a photo. Look at references. That's not cheating. That's how artists do it, right? That's why, a lot of people paint outside so they can look at what it is they're painting. It's called reference material. See how the light hits. Remember that not all things are one solid color, but that you have a play of light, so you get gradient. Some parts are darker, blending out into lighter. You don't always have a harsh line of it. Right? You blend it. It's your world. You paint it or color it the way you want it to be. Like Bob Ross used to say, happy little clouds and all that, right? Make your world what you want. Get the look you want to achieve. And practice. Don't put pressure on yourself to be perfect. You are creative. You can do it. Just got to give yourself a chance. And sometimes we stop too early, right? When we're busy judging ourselves, we're like, oh, this looks terrible, and then we give up. You have to persevere. You have to keep going. Things get better. It's the ebb and flow of life. It's got to eventually get better. Sometimes just walking away from the project when you're frustrated. Sometimes our minds get caught up on other things, and it's hard to make good choices in your art. So walk away for a little bit. Go do something. Go for a walk. Have a little snack. Get a little cup of coffee, or some tea, preferably a little Earl Grey. Get the juices flowing in your brain differently, and then come back to it. Always come back and try again. I'm liking how this gradient looks. Maybe I'll just leave the bottom yellow. I don't know. Kind of looks nice like this. So, can anyone make any recommendations for a lamp that would be a standalone lamp with the camera on it? I have one that clips to my desk and I really love it, but I'm struggling. I'm struggling with these wobbles. I want the wobbles to not affect what you're seeing, because I don't want you to be like getting seasick like this poor little boat. Look at this. This is coming pretty cute. Off camera, my poor cup of water, I can see the water shaking back and forth just from my coloring in here. It's crazy. So what time do you have to get up for work tomorrow? I have to get up at 5 a.m. And I have like, my commute is a little over an hour from here. And it looks like it's going to be all in rain tomorrow. And honestly, I feel so content just coloring right now. I'm not even worried about it. And even if past Jen didn't go get gas on Friday, like, it would have been helpful. I'm okay with it. Because I'm having this nice little moment right now. Now look at that. I think I like that. What do you think? Let's look at it overall. Right, those colors look nice together. Gonna zoom in a little bit. We gotta get our little snail friend. What color snail do we want to make? I want it to have a little bit of browns. But I also want it to have a little bit of gray. Because I like a natural earthy looking guy. He's gonna be a little earthy snail. And you know what? I'm gonna just make him ivory. Let's see if ivory shows up. Might be too pale. What do we got here? Shell pink. Wow. Let's put a little shell pink on him. But I need him to have a little bit of a darker. I want that spiral to kind of not get lost. It's important. He worked hard for his little Fibonacci spiral. Or she did, or they did. I don't know their pronouns. Snail didn't tell me. There we go. That works. Happy little snail. Thanks for watching and hanging in there while I finished the little castle in the tree in the pot over the sea. It's been a fun night. I'll see you next week. And don't forget to take a leap into art.